Guys, DM this to everyone you know. We're live. We're live on YouTube. Share the link is in the comments. Send it to like your family members, your parents, everybody. Let's play the intro song. The lyricless. You're supposed to be freestyling.
Yeah, the guests always freestyle.
All right, guest freestyle next time.
We got to make next show. We got to get Ovi on and make him freestyle just to get back at him.
They are coming on. Let's see. We've got them August 18th.
Oh, so not far away.
Ovi for sure, and then we'll see if Mando and Alien Queen want to come on. We'll roast D-Gens, and we'll probably, Brock's guy, Tabs. We'll just dig into the whole thing. I don't know if it'll be much of a roast, but it'll be good to go over all of that. But yeah, welcome everybody. We've got Haroon with PiggyletDefi. Did I say your name right?
Yeah, that's right.
Sweet. All right.
Perfect.
Nice. And obviously me, and we got 2160 here.
What's up?
Yo, what's happening?
Nothing much. It's Good Friday.
So you know what's kind of cool is there's like 11 firms have filed for Ethereum ETFs.
Yeah, man, it's like a spring. It just keeps coiling, the pressure behind it, something happening in the US. And I don't see a world where BlackRock and Fidelity and all these other major financial global institutions are like, yeah, we're going to file this paperwork. They're not doing it because they don't think they're going to get it. They have such massive influence behind politics. Like, it just seems to me like it's a no-brainer. I really don't know what Gary Gensler's doing at the SEC anymore. I think he should be fired or resign. Like, I think he came out with a statement yesterday that was like, I'm not even going to look at crypto regulation because AI is too critical. So we're just going to start regulating artificial intelligence in the financial sector. And I'm like, I don't know how much longer he can occupy that space and basically, because he has lawsuits out. He's the one that's like, this isn't legal, but I am going to give no policy or direction. Either that or like Congress is going to have to get involved, and Congress is going to have to just make the laws and tell the SEC that they don't have anything to do with it anymore. I don't know. It's crazy though.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, with all that money behind it, I mean, money drives everything. The Gensler thing, I don't get. I think he's trying to get fired because obviously all these big institutions, they own all the politicians, and he's going against what they want. He's really going against the best interests of the public, right? I mean, these systems, the blockchain, it makes sense for growth and innovation, and he's just stifling it at this point, and he's contradicting himself. So,
I mean, I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, but I do, like, I was talking to Sarah the other day, and I do fully believe that, the US didn't give policy in an effort to bring the prices in crypto down so that major financial institutions who had faded crypto as the future of finance could then come in and be the ones that were in charge. So let's minimize like people like Coinbase and other exchanges so that we can continue to be the ones that are in financial power moving forward. But I think that ship has sailed. Like, you got the largest asset manager in the world filing ETFs against Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, it's over. Like, they're going to come in and they're going to run a big portion of it. This isn't going to be the revolution that people thought it was, where it was going to be the dissemination of wealth. If you to the people who didn't have money before, if you weren't in crypto before now, you've probably kind of lost out on that kind of redistribution of wealth, right? Because as soon as the institutions take it over, that's the end game. I think our government specifically is trying to tamper it down still, because they're going to release their own stablecoin. They're going to release the US dollar in a stablecoin, and they're trying to figure out how that's going to take over and continue to be used as, the financial currency of the world. And I think that they don't want it to be Bitcoin or Ethereum. And so until they figure that out in the background, I think we are going to continue to see it slow walked. The problem is they're as we've talked about before, is they're just butting up against the rest of the world, who's going full steam ahead on crypto regulation, and they're even though you're starting to see a shift this year, with all of these people publicly coming out in the US saying like crypto is the future and we need to regulate it. I think we're behind the 8 ball. I really do, because Dubai and other places like that are way ahead in terms of policy and accepting people that want to, operate financially in this space with this technology.
I agree. Yeah, we're way behind, man. And definitely they don't want Bitcoin to be that currency, but they hopefully use Bitcoin to back that currency. That could be a possibility. And Ethereum, it's not digital gold because it has a use case. I think Ethereum, the value is going to come from all these L2s and the dApps being built on them, and the DeFi. A little shout out to Haroon over there. The different DeFi uses for Ethereum, and really, you're doing your mortgage through smart contracts. You're buying a car, getting a loan through smart contracts, all that good stuff in the future. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think personally, my strategy is just to gather as much Bitcoin and Ethereum as possible, and then get into some other plays for a little gambling fun, as I like. But I think just stacking is going to play out well in the long run.
Yeah, during that time, maybe it's the best time to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum at the moment because the prices are really low. But of course, the prices decrease a bit more during that time because of that uncertainty in the global economic things. But I believe that especially in the next year, after the halving of the Bitcoin, and in the next year will be a halving, we will miss those prices for the buying opportunity. So it's maybe the best time to stack Bitcoin into Ethereums at the moment.
I agree. Just keep DCAing in. I mean, if you believe in it, just keep adding, especially in buy FUD. Not financial advice, but you buy the FUD when people are saying bad things.
Dude, I should have been stacking more when Bitcoin was 4,000 and ETH was 100 when I got seriously into the space. That's when I should have been stacking more.
You should have known me back then and called me and told me about it, because I was like,
actually, my background, right? Like, I knew about Bitcoin when I was in the military, but I couldn't buy any because of where I worked, and like it was just the way I learned about it was completely nefarious currency used for, underground crime, right, and drugs and stuff like that. And so I didn't ever get into the technology side because of the way that it was like presented to me. I wish I would have got into it back then, because then Burn, me and you wouldn't even know each other. I'd be on an island with my wife.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no need to show up if you got billions of dollars, right? Yeah, man, I don't know. I faded it. My buddy told me to get Bitcoin in. It was like 2017, so it wasn't like a crazy good price, but still, it would have been a nice game. But I was like, yeah, man. I downloaded Coinbase, and then we were talking at the gym, and I just didn't do it. So anyway, I think in the future I'm going to try to identify opportunities and just throw something at it, even if something seems like, not a sure thing. Just always have a little money to throw at things that could become something. Missed the boat. But anyway, we've got Haroon here with PiggyletDefi. Haroon, welcome, man.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me, guys. I am really glad to be here with you today.
Yeah, for sure. Good to have you. So I guess if you want to start by telling us a little bit about your background,
Sure.
Before you got into NFTs, into crypto, how you got into crypto and Web3, and what you've been doing ever since.
Actually, I met with crypto in 2022, 2020. I was working for a local cryptocurrency exchange called iCrypex. I was responsible for the marketing operations, and when I learned more about Web3, I want to deep dive more because before I was working for the crypto exchange, I was working for a fintech startup company. So I was familiar with that financial operations, financial technologies. And when I learned that financial operations can be operated fully decentralized, actually it was a magical thing for me. It's my mind is just opened. So I learned more about the crypto, and after I improved myself, I decided to leave from the cryptocurrency exchange and I become a crypto trader myself. And I managed to make a living with it. Actually, it was easy back in that time because I started to begin my trading career in late 2020s and early 2021. And during that time, everything was booming about Web3, both NFTs, cryptos, altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum saw all-time highs. So I managed to make a living, and it was an easy task for me during that time. But when I was the trading is not only thing for me. Actually, I want to learn more about the Web3 during that process. So when I invest in a coin or in an NFT, I always research the background. Why this project important for the Web3? How this project creates a value for the space, and I improve myself. And I realized that one day, actually, I also want to be part of this space. I want to create a value for Web3. It is actually when I was talking with my mentor. My mentor was the founder of the fintech startup company I was previously working for, and he organized a meeting with the founder of the Piglet, Kemal, and I met with him. Our visions are matched, and we started working together. And today, I become the co-founder and the marketing manager of the Piglet. And actually, it's really magical journey because when I first met with Kemal, our product was not ready. They were researching the idea, and of course, initiated the developing. But today we are live on the test net, and Piglet will be live in this year. So we come so far and managed to achieve this milestone.
Nice, man. You've come a long way. So, can I ask, in your trading career, can you describe your biggest win that you had, like as a trader?
Actually, I made a 10x with an altcoin in Avalanche. So it's it was a huge success for me, and I earned some money. So it helped me a lot for my future tradings. But I
Nice, man.
mostly trade on the crypto, by the way. I've been the collector of the NFTs mostly, and I become part of the NFT communities, mostly trader communities, to enlarge my opinion about the market for the more trading opportunities to benefit from.
Nice, man. I think one of my biggest trades was Avalanche as well. I was new, and it was a node, so I got on the whitelist. I got in the Discord early, and it was Atlas nodes, and I was able to mint enough to make a couple nodes. But
Uh-huh.
I messed up. I was trying to buy more during the mint, but I didn't know how to change the gas settings.
Oh,
Otherwise, I would have made like 50 grand easily because the price just exploded right away. But instead, I made my two nodes and I just sat there
uh-huh.
and collected and swapped it back out. So I'd pull the money out like every week, and that's like kind of what funded my NFT degenism back in the day. So yeah, Atlas was one of my good early wins that got me started for sure.
That's cool. It's cool coincidence. The both of our success become in Avalanche chain.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't really get into that anymore. I mean, that was back in like the all the Ohm fork days, where people were just like, I mean, that was just the height of degen activity, right? It's the whole premise is nobody
Mhm.
sell, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll just pay out insane returns. Obviously, that's not something sustainable, so it's just a game of chicken. But there was a lot of money to be made back then in those risky DeFi. I guess you can call
Yeah.
them DeFi.
Actually, that project I 10x, then that project went to zero. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but I already got my profit from there, so it was okay for me. But of course, it was bad. Actually, I experienced also a rug pull from an NFT collection. With the money I earned from that project, I invest an NFT project, but sadly they were a no-name project, no-name people behind that, and they rug pulled the project after they launched.
Painful, man. Yeah, that used to be a pretty common thing. I think there's not as much of it now just because NFTs are dead. But yeah, I think
No,
most people in the space have been rugged at some point.
No, they
Uh,
just moved to shit coins. They just rug shit coins nowadays. It's much easier.
that is easy. I mean, yeah, we see a lot of that. That's pretty unfortunate, but um,
Some of
I
my
mean, for
favorite
me,
videos is like if you see any of the like technical analysis guys and they literally are doing like filming analysis when like the founders rug and like drain the liquidity pool and you just get that giant red arrow like all the way down to zero and like their reactions, it's hilarious. That stuff never gets old. Which sucks because you know that it's like painful because all these people just lost all this money that they invested in it. But it's just crazy to see like a chart like that like is going up, 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 and then literally just all the way down to zero.
yeah, it's sad. It is entertaining, and I guess the main takeaway is a couple things. One, if you're getting into something where you don't really know the founders and trust them, one, use a burner wallet, like create a new wallet and use that to transact. And two, only go in with money that you can afford to lose, right? You got to count on losing it and hope for the best, and then obviously take profits, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I got rugged the other day. Somebody DM'd me and was like, "Hey, you should get into this." And I was like, "All right, I'll buy into the pre-sale." And then like the coin didn't even launch, man. The dev just took the ETH and left.
Dude,
And I
that
was,
happened to me.
I was
Someone from
like,
really.
Discord was like, "Hey, check out this contract," and I sent money, and just nothing happened.
yeah.
That was it. They just collected my money, but it was like 0.05 ETH or something. I'm pretty careful with that stuff when something's not tried and tested. Um, Usually pretty careful. So that's funny. I'm happy to hear you got rugged though. That's great.
Yeah.
You would be excited about that.
I am. That makes me happy.
All right. So tell us a little bit more about Piglet and kind of that journey, and maybe some information around a timeline of when you guys think you're going to launch.
Sure. So Piglet is an NFT backed lending platform. So we NFT owners can borrow from the lenders, and lenders may give loan to those NFT owners to benefit from the interest. It operates fully peer to peer at the moment. But our main differentiation point is we don't want to be another NFT backed lending platform. We solve real issue in the current market, and the real issue is actually liquidity, because when an NFT drops, there's no liquidation mechanism in the current peer-to-peer NFT backed lending. So lenders are potentially losing money when an NFT is liquidated, because only liquidation scenario in peer-to-peer is when borrower refuses to repay the loan for their NFTs. Of course, the NFT ownership changes to lender in that scenario, but the NFT price already dropped below the loan volume, and it's a huge problem. And lenders are always losing money in these liquidity scenarios. But we are solving that. We, on top of our NFT-backed lending platform, we are also creating three main systems. One of them is NFT classification system. We classify every NFT listed on Piglet. We have three main classes. They are green lights, solid, and gems. So gem NFTs are basically blue chip NFTs. solid NFTs are high value NFTs, and green light NFTs are middle value and low value NFTs. So we want to be an inclusive NFT backed lending platform, because the current NFT backed lending only for mostly blue chip NFTs, as you know. So it is why we created an NFT classification system. Of course, this system also tailor loan to value for each NFT. For example, if an NFT is classified as green light, they can only benefit from 60% loan to value, and they have high liquidation penalty. By the way, while the mentioning about the liquidation penalty, we have a liquidation mechanism. So let's say you have an NFT that is valued for 20 Ethereum, and you want to take a loan like 10 Ethereum for that NFT, and market drops, your NFT is valued 11 Ethereum right now. Actually, for the gem NFTs, we set 5% liquidation penalty. Means that NFT trigger liquidation when the price drops below 10.5 Ethereum. But as a borrower, you took a loan for 10 Ethereum, right? So there's a 0.5 Ethereum arbitrage there. We create that arbitrage opportunity for safety of the loan, because when the price drops, we trigger liquidation, and lender, of course, may choose to own that NFT with an arbitrage opportunity, but also the lender may choose to list it on our liquidation marketplace. And since we have created an arbitrage as platform, liquidator users may purchase this NFT and pay the lender back while benefiting arbitrage opportunity, and make NFT market more liquid and ensure the safety of the loan. And because of this safety measure, we allow other NFT collection like middle value NFT collections. For example, we even will be able to allow like 0.2 Ethereum valued NFT collections in our platform too, but of course with higher liquidation penalty. For example, if you take a loan for that NFT for 0.1 Ethereum, we will trigger liquidation on 0.13 Ethereum. So it will be higher liquidation penalty to ensure the safety, because of course the low value NFTs have different demand mechanics comparing to blue chips. Actually, it is how we creating an inclusive NFT backed lending platform in the space.
Interesting. So
Oh, go ahead, Bern.
okay, so essentially it's safer for the lender because you're going to liquidate above the highest offer on any market. So are you like scanning different marketplaces like Blur, OpenSea? So I can create a bot if I want, and I can just grab a liquidation and dump it into an offer on Blur or OpenSea, and then just collect an arbitrage.
Actually, it works not like that, because we have a system that's called actually time weighted average price. You know of the system already, I believe. We are liquidation not triggered instantly. We trigger liquidation based on time weighted average price, and we take the time weighted average price as daily. So if you try to manipulate the market, you really dump lots of money in there in order to manipulate the time weighted average price and benefit from arbitrage opportunity.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go ahead, 21.
Yeah, so I was going to say that the arbitrage opportunity seems to be pretty important, and I understand why you make it more for the mid-tier collections. I think that is a problem set that you are solving for currently, because as you stated at the beginning, mid-tier NFTs really nobody's providing loans on them at the moment.
Actually, they cannot benefit from NFT-backed lending solutions because NFT-backed lending platforms do not allow them to be listed on their platform.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely something that's needed. I think it's a lot of monitoring on your end to make sure that your lenders, can still benefit from it. There's so much volatility in the market that you guys are going to have to be on top of it. But it definitely does solve a solution because, right now, if you were buying NFTs in 21, 22, you're probably looking at your bag saying all you're holding is a lot of worthless NFTs that you can't even leverage to try to make some of that back or invest in something that might be more profitable in the space. There definitely is liquidity hanging out around the edges of NFTs. I think people are just trying to figure out an investment strategy moving forward. Degens don't lending for degens is hard, and I say that because you have to have patience, right? Like, and your ETH is tied up for longer periods of time, and degens are known for making like fast moves. But it's smart money to see like that arbitrage opportunity and the interest kind of grow your Ethereum and still actively participate in the space in a kind of helpful way. So I think this is something that is needed, and a lot of people are trying to solve for, right? There are a lot of lending platforms out there in the market, but I think that you specifically trying to solve for the mid-tier problem and also protect your lenders, I think is a good way to kind of go about trying to solve an active problem in the space.
Actually, the problem is not only about the mid-tiers. It also affects to blue chip and high-value NFTs. For example, the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, after 2 years, the first time, they are below 30 Ethereum. So Bored Ape Yacht Clubs actually are pretty popular for NFT-backed lending platforms to lend. But the lenders of the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs are already lost some portion of their investments because they lost loss of value during this time. Actually, if the same loan is given in our platform, we would not allow such loss for the lenders because we trigger liquidation before the loan duration if the price drops the certain liquidation threshold, and we ensure the safety. Maybe this idea may seem beneficial for only lender, but actually it is also beneficial for the borrowers in the NFT market, because with this system we may allow many NFT collection to benefit from this solution. This means more borrowers may enter NFT backed lending market, and more borrowers evaluate their NFT investments. Instead of selling, they can simply borrow. So this solution is beneficial for both lenders and borrowers.
Yeah, I think I would be interested to compare your solution to kind of what BendDAO is doing, because I feel like it's similar around apes. But is there like a big distinction that you could call out?
Actually, BendDAO has an auction system, but we do not have an auction system. We create an arbitrage as a platform. So, for example, when a liquidation happened in the BendDAO, the auction starts, and the winner of the auction takes the NFT. But in our system, we are working as buyouts. So when we list an NFT, a liquidator instantly may buy out that NFT with an arbitrage opportunity. It's the main difference in here. But of course, there's a similarity, but because of the liquidation system, it is our main idea was to combine the pool-to-peer liquidation mechanism into peer-to-peer system. It is why it seems similar at first.
Gotcha, that makes sense.
Question or so something from the audience here on YouTube. Sarah says, doesn't Rect 2160 have a dreamy voice. Yeah, I mean, it's super dreamy.
Definitely.
So I record all these and I put them on my phone, and when I'm trying to sleep at night, I just edit it so it's just 2160 talking, and I kind of listen to that, and it sort of lulls me into a deep sleep and
This
makes me feel very comfortable.
this relationship between you and I get creepier and
I-
creepier every day.
Yeah.
I'm mesmerized, by the way, with your feedbacks because of your voice.
Well, thank you very much. That comment is from my lovely wife, who likes to troll me and see me blush while we're you know, doing our thing on Friday. So
Hey, you're a step up. My wife doesn't even watch. she's like, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. I'm not. No, I'm good. I'll pass. But um, yeah. So anyway, I like the. I think it's interesting, um, and it makes more sense as well for the borrower, right? So I get liquidated because the price is dropping.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm still holding that ETH, and the price keeps dropping. I can just hop back into the project if I still believe in it. Otherwise, I'm
Mhm.
good and I'm out. So, yeah, it's definitely an interesting system. I guess my next question is, what is your plan to gain mass adoption on this? What is your marketing strategy to get a lot of people involved?
Mhm. Actually, until this time, we grew our community organically. We we didn't do any promotion yet, but we want to start right now because in our testnet, our liquidation mechanism and marketplace is not live yet on the testnet, but we will release this mechanism and marketplace in our next update. And while we are releasing this update, we also release our own NFT collection because we also want to create an NFT community inside of the Piglet. And of course, we don't want to make another NFT collection. We want to create a utility based NFT collection. And we have a platform so we can provide this utility. Actually, there's Piglet's NFT owners will have utilities like priority on listing, discount on fees, and many more to benefit from. And now we also start our promotional marketing campaigns after that update and start our co-marketing operations with other NFT collections and other NFT related projects. Actually, I can announce that we are open all co-marketing proposals. So if you know some NFT collection developers, you can connect us and we can discuss all the opportunities we can make together.
I was on mute. So I'm the right person to speak with on a couple collections, so we can talk on the side about
Sure.
promotions, and even if you want to sponsor our show, if you decide to, we can
Uh-huh.
talk about that too.
Yeah. We talk.
But yeah, that's interesting. So, what is the supply going to be of the NFT collection?
Actually, the main supply will be 8,888, but at first we will release the 1,111 at first with a discounted price, and we will release other portions in our other phases.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's the mint
Actually,
price?
mint price is not defined yet, but it will be not that much high. Honestly, we are thinking about make it around $1,000, but we are giving away. I'm sorry. Not 1,000, 100. My
100.
pronunciation. Yeah. Definitely not
Okay.
1,000. I'm sorry for that. $100, and we are giving away whitelist spots for our community members, and also we are giving away free mint spots. So whitelist spot owners will benefit from the 30% discount for the minting price.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think the
Mhm.
supply is you're going to be tough. It's going to be tough to mint that out right now unless something changes in the market. I like the supply you're starting with, 1111. That is a better supply. If you're
Yeah,
trying
it
to
is
mint
actually
out
111.
9,000,
Yeah,
what's that?
1,000. Our main supply is, starting supply is 1,100. So 1111. Yeah, it is 1111.
Yeah, I would almost
Yeah,
say that's the supply. Hope it mints out because it. I mean, right now, like to mint anything, to mint 500 out is a struggle
mhm.
in a good collection. So, um, yeah, I would say keep that supply as small as possible, but at the same time, yeah, it's whatever works for you. $100, that might be that might make sense if a lender or a borrower sees that they can save enough money on fees and things like that to pay for
Yeah.
itself. For someone that's deeply in it. But yeah, interesting. 2160. Any other questions?
The only other thing I wanted to ask was about the tokens themselves. So, can you tell us a little bit about these the tokens that is mentioned on your site for interest and staking?
Yeah. We are also releasing PiggyletDefi tokens. They can be minted through borrowing and lending in our platform, as well as with staking. And they will also provide utilities in the platform. Actually, you can check all the utilities through our docs. Yeah. You can check the token site, token section.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. No, I don't think I have any more questions. I appreciate you coming on and kind of explaining what the future of your lending platform is going to be. And also, I think it's really important for people to understand, the unique problem sets that you're trying to address within the market that you have observed, that differentiate you from other lending mechanisms and platforms that already exist. So, keep building, man. This is the perfect time to do it and
Yeah,
get
definitely.
something launched and operational before the next bull comes around.
Yeah, I think
Actually,
this can be useful for sure.
yeah,
Go ahead.
we believe DeFi Summer 2.0, and we believe that DeFi Summer 2.0 will be all about NFT backed lending platforms. It is why we are building an important solution for this market, because we want to be one of the pioneer NFT backed lending platforms when the time comes. And after the time comes, we also believe that Web3 adaptation will accelerate and even real world assets becomes NFTs. Actually, we have seen such scenarios before. A house is sold as an NFT from OpenSea. If you can sell a house as an NFT, of course, you can use it as a loan, use that NFT to take a loan from an NFT-backed lending platform. So we believe the NFT market will grow a $1 trillion market. And this market will need more NFT-backed lending platform that provides unique solutions.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like it. Cool. I think obviously there's competition out there. You're looking to differentiate with the arbitrage opportunities. You've got token rewards built in.
Yeah.
The NFT project, I think the planned total supply is high. The price point of around $100. That makes sense to a lender or a borrower, right? If they're going to be using it frequently, definitely makes sense. Yeah. So I think we're ready to rate it. 2160. You want to go first so I can copy you?
Actually, no, because last week you just one upped me by 0.1. So you go first.
I did, didn't I? Damn. Okay. So yeah, I do think it's interesting. I think the total planned supply, like I said, is really high at 8888. That's like that. It won't happen right now. I hope it does, but it's just too much supply. But the
By
platform.
the way, I'm sorry. Let me fix that. We will release the 1111 at first portion, But after we improve our platform into next phase, we will release the other portion. So our main initiative supply on the NFT is not 8888, but 1111.
Okay, so the only hazard there is the people that minted the first ones. Um, you're not going to get much secondary trading. So if anyone's looking to mint it to trade it, it's not going to be great for them because the supply is going to get diluted, and they know that's going to come, which is fine. I know you're just trying to raise money, and there's utility beyond just the trading. So it's like the type of thing where you might mint one and hold it simply for the utility, which is probably what you want. You want people using the
Yeah,
platform, right?
definitely.
But that is one little road bump. You're not going to have whales accumulating a ton of these, but that's fine because that's not your mission. Your mission is to get people to use the platform. I get that, and you're trying to get a little funding to get it up and running. So
Hmm.
that makes sense. I do like the arbitrage setup and how you're planning to liquidate at a certain point where it makes more sense to the lender and probably the borrower as well. Yeah, I'm gonna rate it. I mean, it's so early. You guys have you've got a lot of work ahead of you, so I'm gonna rate it like I'm going to give you a 7.1, which is a good rating. I think it's a
Hmm.
good project. You got to see the beta first. There's a lot more we'd have to see. So you're welcome to come back on in like a couple months
Sure.
and, we can go through demos and things like that. But as of now, I'm going to give it a 7.1, which is a good score. I think you're on the right path. I like what you're doing. Yeah, so that's where I'm at.
Yeah, so I think my feedback is this is going to be a tough area because I think you're right. I think that the I am also as bullish as you are in the market growth moving forward, and I think that there's going to be a lot of competition in this space, and there potentially can be. I know where you're operating, maybe not a lot of regulation, but dealing with regulation from other people around the world operating on your platform. I think that makes it very difficult.
Hmm.
I do appreciate that you're coming at this from a unique angle, trying to solve problems, because I think a lot of founders in this space, it's either a direct copy paste of what other people are already doing,
Yeah.
or they're not critically solving anything, and it's hard to stay around as a business if you're not trying to solve something uniquely for your customers. So
Hmm.
I think it's a hard space, but I think if you build it correctly and you get some good investment behind it, that your idea definitely has legs. Protecting the lenders, also protecting the borrowers, having an arbitrage opportunity, and so forth. Yeah, I like it. I think I'll give it a solid 6.9. And like Bern said, I think come back and let us know when you're fully operational, when you're about to launch your NFTs, and we
Hmm.
can kind of let our audience know a little bit more once things become more concrete.
Sure, I will really glad to be here once more when we update our testnet. But if you want to try the current version of our platform, you are welcome to enter testnet.piggylet.com, and you can fully try our platform on Sepolia network. You can mint test NFTs and test cryptocurrencies through our testnet, and you can experience Piglet. But we will update the version with liquidation mechanism and marketplace, as I mentioned before, and then we will be ready to go live. Actually,
Nice, that's good. Yeah, people can get on and get a feel for it first. So, yeah, I mean, it could be attractive to the Rex guy community. We've got a few in here, so I know
hmm,
you absolute degens love to borrow against your NFTs. So hop on the test net and see if you like it, because
yeah,
this could be interesting to you
Can
all.
we can we have them rename it Toggle 2.0?
uh,
Yeah. Yeah, Toggle is the master liquidity provider. I don't even know how many Rex guys he has now, but it's a lot. I took a loan from him at one point. I paid it back.
I
Took
think
like
I've
three
taken
loans.
probably 50 loans from Toggle over the last
Of
year.
course you did, you absolute degen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I think it makes sense for the space. You've got a lot of competition, but Man, I'm happy to have you back on in a couple months. Reach out to us. We'll get together. And then if you want to look into any of the communities that I work with, which is Rug Radio and Wrecked Guy, let me know. We can talk and, see what's going on. But yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for coming on, and
Thank you.
Keep building. It's good stuff.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and I'm really excited to share more updates with you as we improve our platform even more.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Thanks, man.
Perfect. Thanks, man.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
I'll play us out.
All right. Show today, man. I gotta go do some stuff, and then I will see you in about 45 minutes for a meeting.